Hello and welcome to Inktober Day 15. I'm Fuchstanz or Lilith and I'm glad you're here. Today's prompt was yokai, which is definitely one of my favorite topics to draw in general. I really like Japanese mythology and all the creatures that come up in it. So I was really happy with the prompt for this day, and I decided that I definitely wanted to draw either a Kitsune or a Oni. And as you can see, I ended up drawing both because I like to torture myself apparently. I went into this idea with the thought that I wanted to draw it digitally again or paint it digitally again because I had so much fun on day 10, I think it was. So when I got to sketching this, I felt confident in how the Kitsune was looking, and I I ended up drawing the Oni as well on a separate layer because I'm sketching it digitally. But it always felt off, and I went through so many versions of this sketch or this idea. The background changed like 15 times and I never was really happy with it. So at a certain point I was feeling rather stressed because at a certain point you have to just get going, and I decided that it was this point that I wanted to begin lining it and finishing it. In order to make it a bit easier for me, I decided to line it only with fine liners. I intended to line it again with my nib again, but there would be such a hassle waiting for it to dry and yada yada, so I ended up doing the fine liner, which turned out alright in the end, I think. I don't think anyone can notice, so I'm glad I went for it because it really made it go a lot easier and a lot faster. also, since I knew I was going to paint it digitally, I could allow myself some mistakes, like if a line crossed over another where it shouldn't, I knew I could just erase it digitally and be fine with it. So that made it a lot more stress-free in the end to line. And I feel like that's something you have to learn as well, to see where you can apply yourself and where you can not take shortcuts essentially, but where you can make your workload easier. Like I could have sit there and inked it in with my nib again, spent a lot more time on it, doing it perfectly and stuff. But in the end it's for a monthly challenge, and if I would do that for every piece I would never get finished. So I thought, okay, well, it's more important to me to get this piece done and upload it on the right day than to make a masterpiece out of it. So I think this piece was a lot to handle, and I think I managed it the best way I could. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it's alright, I guess. And I was adding so many details that I was really getting annoyed with myself that I did so much. Like even the vending machines alone were so detailed, and I wanted to draw every bottle. Originally I also wanted to design them and make them look really cool, but alas, I let that go because I never would have finished it, and it's alright how it turned out. even doing all these hydrangeas was so annoying, but it turned out okay, and not that I'm unsatisfied with it, but I could have maybe done it a bit better. But that's something you have to learn with this challenge, that you only have a certain frame of time and you can either finish it or leave it be, and I would rather have this illustration finished than for it to be forgotten in the end. So here's how the line art turned out. I went on to scan in the piece so I could finish it up digitally in Procreate, and I will show you the time-lapse for it now. And I will have to say that I really struggled with this one. I don't know what it was, maybe I started it too late and I was getting tired of it, but coloring this in was such a annoying part of it. With the other piece I did digitally, it was fun and I enjoyed it, but this one just, I don't know what it was, but I was just feeling unhappy with it. And you can see me change a lot of the colors around, and when I started to do the background I was really struggling with it because I had no clue what to do. And I hope in the final piece you can tell that I didn't have a clue, but yeah. And it's not like I'm talking down to myself, it's more that I'm being reasonable, in my mind at least, to see where my strengths are and where I can apply myself. And yeah, I mean, this piece turned out alright, I don't think I hate it or anything, but it's just not what I imagined. I ended up finishing this piece in Photoshop because my Procreate layers were already used up and I couldn't add more, so I decided to do it on my PC and just finish it up in the end. can see the final piece. I hope you enjoy it. I'm moderately satisfied with it. I don't hate it, but could have turned out better. So if you want, you can leave a like and leave a comment if you want. Subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!